Hi, there are chapter markers in this video, so if you'd like to skip this bit of background about why I use this setup and go straight to the how-to, then go to the chapter markers. I have a few channels on YouTube. The first one I had was Tweedy Outdoors. It's an outdoorsy channel, walking, hiking, camping, that sort of thing. So the natural choice for me at that time, back in 2022, when I was starting that channel, was a GoPro for filming. I still have a 10. This is now 3 years old, this model. I think these things are great. They're really compact. You can see how small it is. It's lightweight. It's pretty rugged. I've dropped it a couple of times. No real harm has come to it. It's waterproof, so you can be outdoors. It can start raining. You just keep filming. And I love the fact that it's one button to start recording, one button to stop. No messing about. It's not like taking your phone out of your pocket, unlocking it, finding the camera app and all that nonsense. So it's very immediate, very simple, very straightforward. And I think the video quality is pretty good. It records in 4K. It does have built-in microphones and they're okay as long as I was in a relatively quiet environment somewhere out in the countryside. But as I started to make different kinds of videos, I started other channels. The most popular channel I have now is one about pubs, and I was often filming in slightly more challenging environments with those videos. I'd often find myself inside the pub and there might be background music in the pub, the sound of chatter and noise that you typically get in a pub, or I might be sat outside the pub, there'd be traffic noise, construction noise, noise from air conditioning units, all of that kind of stuff. I found it was quite often difficult to get my voice to be clear and filter out all of that background noise. One of the options that people use to get better audio quality from a GoPro is to attach the media mod. This is an accessory you can buy from GoPro. It's not particularly cheap. That is a housing that goes around the GoPro and that allows you to connect an external microphone, something like the DJI wireless mic or some other wireless mic setup. Then you have a receiver attached to the media mod on the GoPro and the transmitter / recorder as a lav mic or whatever. It seemed to me like a lot of extra kit. One of the things I loved about the GoPro when I first started using it is it's just one thing to shove into a pocket when I go out for the day, and suddenly to go from that to effectively 3 devices, a transmitter and a receiver for those wireless mic setups, seemed like a little bit too much complexity for me. So the solution I went with is this standalone audio recorder. This is Tascam's DR10L Pro. So this is a completely self-contained unit. It doesn't in itself do any kind of syncing, or it's not in any way connected to the GoPro. The GoPro is recording video and audio completely independent of this, which is just recording audio. As you can see, it has a cable coming out of it attached to a lav mic, which I have on right now. This is how I'm recording the audio for this video. And it's pretty straightforward. I just slide at one button to start recording, slide at the same button to stop recording. When I'm out making a video, I would usually leave this on for pretty much the whole time and maybe get a whole hour or 2 hour or whatever it takes worth of audio in a single file on here, but then lots of small clips on the GoPro. The key thing is that while this is recording audio, the GoPro is also recording audio on its own internal microphone. I can still be a bit of a distance away from the camera as long as the GoPro can still just about hear me. So when I get home, I have one SD card that came out of the GoPro that has all the video clips I recorded, and then another SD card from the Tascam that has the audio recordings. The magic then happens in Davinci Resolve, which is the editing software I use, and this feature is even available in the completely free version. You don't have to pay for the studio version of Davinci Resolve. I happen to use a Mac, but the software is also available on Windows. You need to be in the Edit tab, make sure the media pool is open, and you've already chosen the folder where your video and audio files are. Then you can right-click within the media pool, go down to Auto Sync Audio, and this little pop-up box appears. I choose synchronize using waveform. For the drop down box from use channel number, I pick automatic, and then I also tick both of these boxes here, retain embedded audio and retain video metadata. although to be honest, I'm not exactly sure what the second one of those does. It thinks about it for a little while, and assuming that was successful, the video clips in your media pool will then have the relevant excerpts from the audio files appended as additional tracks. When you add one of these video clips onto your timeline, you should see, in addition to the video track, rather than the usual one audio track, it now has two. The first one will be the audio from the GoPro's built-in microphone, and the second one will hopefully be the better quality audio file from the Tascam. By default, both of those are enabled, so when you play that clip back, you'll probably get a slightly weird stereo kind of effect. But you can choose one of the audio clips and press D on the keyboard to disable or re-enable it, and then figure out whether you prefer the GoPro audio or the Tascam audio. As alluded to earlier, the audio needs to have been audible to the GoPro in order for that to have a waveform that is just about similar enough to the audio recorded on the Tascam so that Davinci can sync them up. There is of course always that old trick of doing a clap. That creates a spike in your audio recording, and you can use that visually to line up the two different audio clips if for some reason the automatic syncing inside Davinci Resolve fails. So that's sometimes worth doing just in case, if you know you're going to be going a long way from the camera when you're recording a bit of video and audio. So I hope that's been useful. I think this is a really nice and really simple setup for recording video and audio. Like I say, I think I get pretty good video out of the GoPro. It's 4K, and with this also really compact, really easy to use, really reliable, really straightforward little audio recorder, I can also get, I think, pretty good quality audio. So both of those things fit in a small pocket, and then all the magic, all the syncing just happens later in Davinci Resolve. Obviously there are many different ways of solving this problem. This is just how I do it, and I'm reasonably happy with this approach. Thanks for watching.